If you're being sued by Nike right now, you probably deserve it. Welcome to episode 220 of True to Size.
Let's hope we're not next. What's going on, everyone? I wouldn't be surprised at this rate. What's going on, everyone? And welcome to True to Size. We're a weekly podcast centered around the wild world of sneakers. I will be your host today. My name is Lawrence Hopkins, and I'm joined by the rest of the quarantine at Canada Got Soul, Mr. Joel Hernandez.
BAPE-STA.
Oof. Mr. Alvin Martinez.
Yo.
And returning for the 92nd time, our good friend, first time in a while though, our good friend, Philly Phil, PDS, Phil Dos Santos, Mr. Soul Purpose. Sir, how are you doing?
Mm-hmm. I'm good. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys for having me always.
Very, very, very pleased to have you. Happy New Year, by the way.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you. I've seen you guys like 7 times, so not Joel so much, but I've seen all you guys. But I appreciate it nonetheless.
It's Happy New Year until like Valentine's Day, basically.
Until Valentine's.
And then after that, it's Happy Valentine's Day. I did hear today, though, that what's our Canadian groundhog? Wyerton Willie.
Wyerton, we have.
Because today is Groundhog Day, and he said, I don't remember what it is. If he saw it, he said there's going to be an early spring, is what he said. Is that if he sees his shadow?
I think it's if he doesn't.
If he doesn't see a shadow,
I think.
Is
that how it works?
Can we fact check this groundhog information? Does anyone actually?
He sees a shadow.
If he sees his shadow, it's an early spring.
It's early spring. If he doesn't see it, then it's a long winter.
Oh,
got it. And
but how do they know? Wrong. How do they know if he sees a shadow or not? Like, what
do they ask him?
Yeah.
Do they ask him?
Hey,
like,
hey Willie. Hey, Willie, did you see your shadow?
Yeah, it's there.
No, because the story goes, if he sees his shadow, he runs back into his burrow.
Oh.
And then that's how they know that he saw it, because it scares him. He sees the shadow. He's like,
he's spooked.
As most people react.
Not one of the smarter groundhogs out there.
Yeah.
No.
He's getting old. Wyerton.
He's getting old. Yeah. Wyerton.
Yeah. They gotta hit up Seth, because he wouldn't Seth. He won't run away.
Who the fuck is Seth?
Is that a friend of yours?
Is that your boy?
It's my boy.
Yeah.
Seth the snake.
Seth. Oh yeah, one of my work friends, Seth, always knows.
He always sees a shadow.
He always sees a shadow.
My dog, hit my boy up, Seth. What?
It's Willie's cousin, bro.
Willie's cousin, Seth.
The smarter one.
I assumed it was some sort of childhood cartoon that only a parent would know, maybe. Who is Seth?
Seth Rogen? No.
Yeah, just get Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, bro.
Announce it.
That guy always sees his shadow, man. He's high all the time. Come on now.
Right before they let Seth out of his burrow, and he's off. What's up, everyone? We are back after last week off. This episode is going to be all over the place. Clearly, we're starting.
Yeah,
took 5 minutes to talk about groundhogs. But chaos is obviously exactly the vibe we like to go for on this podcast, so no worries there. We're going to kick it off with a big signing from New Balance, which is pretty exciting, and then going to jump into another edition of our newest segment, Over Under. I don't know if you're much of a gambler there, Philly, but this is a fun one. We're going to sprinkle in multiple discussion topics about ice cream, and then can't complain about that. And then to close it out, Philly kind of alluded to it. We're going to get into some lawsuit stuff, because there's nothing we love more talking about more than Nike suing anybody, and they're suing everybody right now. So it's True to Size's dream at the moment. But first, Joel,
fire round.
Whoa.
That was an angry one, bro.
Is that a pre-record or is that live?
That was. We could never pre-record something that intense.
I don't know. Was that one better?
That was
better is subjective. Yeah,
that's the best one I've ever heard in the history.
Depends who you ask. The people's car stereos probably not better.
Honda doors are rattling right now.
Yeah, you get
the vibrate.
Yeah.
Fire round. just blowing it up. Anyways, yes, the fire round. We like to start every show with a quick hitting question from you, our listeners. And this week's question comes from the best listener of all, myself. And as we're gonna get right into ice cream topics right away. I don't know why this week I just really was enjoying talking about ice cream. So as you know, we've seen several different ice cream themed sneakers over the years. We've seen the Stussy Neapolitan Dunks, the Neapolitan Jordan 3 last year, Chunky Dunkies, blah, 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 blah. If you could design a sneaker based on an ice cream flavor, what would it be and why?
Whoa.
Now, you can get it as out of the box with your ice cream flavors as possible. I would hate if somebody's answer was, I'm going to make a vanilla bean dunk. Like, just don't do that. So
Yeah.
the Union dunk, you mean?
Yeah,
mean,
the Union.
yeah.
Yeah, the Union AJKO would be what I
AJK,
would
that's what
design.
it is.
Yeah.
So let's not do that. Let's get a little bit funky or chunky with
Ooh.
it. But let's start with I know.
Man.
Let's start with Alvin first.
Ice cream.
I would do the Dairy Queen birthday cake
Oh,
sneaker.
because
You know how it's got like the vanilla, and then you got the fudge with the cookie crumble in the middle,
Yeah.
which is the
Crunch.
best part of the cake, to be honest.
it's
Yes,
the best.
Get the
sir.
crunch,
So
you know.
good.
Are you doing
and
a
then now,
fudge crunch midsole?
Ooh, yeah, I like
You're
that.
insinuating right now? Because that's what it sounds like to me.
That's a good one.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. That sounds like a good midsole.
Mm.
Very grippy. And then now, apparently, you can customize the cake. Customize the ice cream that you have underneath. So instead of just like the chocolate ice cream,
Yeah.
you could put like a Reese's Pieces one,
What is
or
this
like
bespoke
just something
cake
different. Yo,
service
it's
they offer?
crazy. Yeah, it's a bespoke cake service for sure.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. The last time I had it, they had regular vanilla, crazy fudge, my favorite part, and then they had peanut butter, buttercup flavor on the bottom.
Ooh.
Dang.
It's like
Ooh,
a
extra
Dairy Queen
charge for
ID.
that? Yeah, literally.
I'm not too sure, but even if there is, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean. So that would probably be like a customizable logo, the bottom part. You know what I mean? And
is this
then,
an official collaboration, or is this like a Nike SB knockoff? We'll say, like, is this officially Dairy Queen, or is this like a inspired by Dairy Queen?
No, I think it's a BAPE-STA actually.
It's like a BAPE-STA. It's like a Heineken dunk.
Yeah. It's a lawsuit
Yeah.
coming. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Okay,
It's a lawsuit
Yeah,
dunk.
it's called the Dairy Queen lawsuit.
might get sued just talking about it.
The air cease and desist. is what they're called.
Yes.
Got a nice ring to that. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
That sounds delicious. I just checked if
Ooh.
Dairy Queen was on Uber Eats near me, and they are. So I'm. You may see a blizzard get tossed.
He's gonna get a
into
blizzy.
Yeah. You may see it get
Blizzy.
passed into my screen at some point in the next hour. Joel, what are we going with for an ice cream flavor or ice cream company? We'll even expand it to that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Themed
good one.
sneaker. Yeah, let's expand it.
Okay. I'm gonna change it up a bit. I'm gonna
Give
go
it
with
to
like
me.
like a 7-Eleven slush
Oh, okay.
kind of thing.
Like
I don't
ice
even know
cream
what kind of.
adjacent a little bit.
Yeah. So it'll be like more play on like the translucent kind of materials,
Okay.
or it'd be like
Okay.
more like like a frosty kind of look, kind of thing. So I have like how when you go to 7-Eleven, you don't really do like just the one flavor. You mix it up. So
Yes,
you have
true.
two flavors. You have like you have like a color thing going, like a scheme going, like the red and the purple and the red and the purple kind of thing. But this is gonna be like the 3 flavors or 4 flavors or whatever. So it'll be like multicolored kind of thing. So
I like
it'll
it.
just be like, and it'll be like sort of like a gradient thing, like a 90, like an Air Max 95 kind of thing.
Okay.
Or be like
About
one
it.
side, like it'll be, let's do it. I don't even know what kind of silhouette I'm gonna roll with. So let's just do a 95 then.
There you go.
Oh
take that.
Do that.
yeah, but
You know what? Let's do a
That's
95.
it. That's it. Like, So yeah, that's gonna be like that. So 7-Eleven Frosty. Or no, 7-Eleven Slush. Is that what it's called? Slush? No.
So let me close this thought there for you there, Joel. They call it a big gulp, and there actually
Big gulp.
there is a Nike SB big gulp already, but yours sounds much better.
Right?
yeah, with the
Yeah.
The big gulp,
Yeah.
the red with the green laces.
Okay,
The
yeah.
big gulps, those are way old. They kind of suck, to be honest. They look more Christmas than anything, if we're being real.
Right,
I
Like,
had those.
The big gulps.
I didn't
The
know.
big
I didn't know
gulps?
those were those though when I had them.
Mostly red with
Oh.
a white heel counter, and they come with green laces. Yeah, looks like
Oh,
a
no, I didn't have those.
Christmassy, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they're called
I
the
see
big
it.
gulps.
All right,
Nike
all right.
SB big gulps. I'm gonna go with. Whoa, sorry, something just glitched on my end. I'm gonna go with kind of a dual thing here. So when I think of like ice cream and like ice cream companies, the first thing that comes to mind is Laura Secord, which for
Yeah.
anybody unfamiliar from the
Ooh.
States, I think it's just a Canadian ice cream company. It's an ice cream store in like malls, like a chain of ice cream stores. They're not that common now that I think about it. They're not in like every mall.
No,
it's kind
not
of like
anymore.
but it's like an elevated ice cream, I'll say. It's not like your run of the mill boring stuff. It's scooped and such. And my favorite flavor from Laura Secord is, well, my favorite flavor in general is mint chocolate chip. So I think these are just all coming together very easily. Mint chocolate chip is just, I mean, it's the perfect shade of green and then browns mixed in. Like you really can't go wrong with that. So I'm doing a mint chocolate chip, call it a Jordan 1, literally just full tonal from the upper laces, tongue, midsole, outsole, whole thing in mint. Whole thing. They don't usually do that on the Jordan 1, but I'm doing it. I'm just going to have just on the midsole some speckles of brown. So it's going to literally look like it was dunked in mint paint and then just speckled on the midsole. And you know when you go to Laura Secord and you get a ice cream and they put the little chocolate on top? That's like their thing. That's going to be the Dubray.
Okay.
Ooh,
On the laces.
Dubray.
Yeah.
I see
It will look like the little free chocolate that they put on the top of your scoops of ice cream. That's going to be right on there. So it's going to complete the look. Official collaboration. Cut the check, Nike. No cease and desist here. We got all the permissions needed for that. That's what I'm going with. All right, Phil, give it to me.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with like a skate shoe.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to put little ice cream cones all over the skate shoe.
Okay.
And then I'm going to call it the BBC ice cream.
I like that.
I'm just kidding.
Visionary.
I'm kidding. So, I mean, there's a I think they're bringing them back out, aren't they? No, some people, even if you're like 12, you probably know that now. But my real answer is, this is not an advertisement, and they're not paying me, but I just bought, Kawartha Lakes or Kawartha ice cream.
Yes.
It's a pretty good ice cream.
So good.
Right? So they have the tubs in, again, I won't name drop the supermarket because no one's paying me, but they have the tubs in supermarkets, and I bought one recently, and it's Moose Tracks, and that's one of my favorite flavors.
Moose Tracks is crazy, bro.
Right?
Is that walnuts?
It's like peanut butter cups, and I think there might be a fudge ribbon, something in it.
Gotcha.
But anyways, I just got that, and I love it. And in the theme of the I don't want to butcher the name, but what's the bagel shop in Montreal that did the bagel dunk?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't remember the name of the bagel place.
Yeah. So it's Saint something. I don't want to butcher it.
Yes.
But anyways, it's most people know there was a recent collaboration with a Montreal institution, a bagel shop restaurant. And in that theme, I want to do something Canadian, but I want to do something like rugged for the winter. So I'm going to do the Nike Go-A-Dome.
Okay.
Cool. And then the theme is going to be Moose Tracks. So I'm going to have like gradient, like there'll be like a fudge peanut butter ripple and like peanut butter cups. Like that'll be the colorway, but it'll be like kind of a gradient. And then like on the outsole, I'm having like actual like moose inspired outsole grip.
Ooh. Yes. Like it looks like a moose print. So when you step, you leave a moose track.
Like
moose
knuckles.
Yeah. no collaboration or affiliation with that brand. This is strictly Nike, and maybe let's do Nike Kawartha Lakes. That's the tie-in. I was thinking of the Canadian.
That's it.
That's what it is. And Nike and Kawartha Lakes, if you do this, we all need pairs, please. And credit.
With an S.
Yeah.
S, multiple.
I love that. Like anytime I'm going anywhere north, like Barrie-ish, because there's a Kawartha Dairy in Barrie. Always doesn't matter. And this is going to come into discussion later. It's so good. The birthday cake, fucking fire. Oh my goodness. Highly recommend Kawartha Dairy for anybody who hasn't had it. They also have, obviously, they have like milk and stuff, but I've never actually had anything except for ice cream.
Ice cream, though,
their shops. Anyone who has, please let us know. How is their milk? Moving on. If you would like to submit a question for the fire round and have us answered on the pod, please shoot us a message on Instagram or email us at canadagotsole@gmail.com. Next up is the CGS picks. Each week, we all pick an upcoming sneaker to analyze, dissect, and give our thoughts on. Then we decide if it's poop, scoop, whoop-de-whoop, or Alvin's trademarked phrase.
Super cute.
And here's the thing. I know I like to go first, but I'm so excited to talk about this shoe that I actually chose it, only to find out that Philly actually chose it before me. So I'm going to let him go first because I just cannot bite my tongue for much longer while I have the microphone in front of my face. So Philly, what is your pick?
Yeah, so this one's going to be, I think, interesting because we've all kind of been force-fed this sneaker in the past week or so. And I know we chatted a bit before we went live. So we all have opinions on this shoe. It's the first official Nike collab with Tiffany & Co. The longstanding jeweler. They're now part of LVMH, which is Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy.
I didn't know that.
And they're trying to be, I think, a little bit more trendy, I guess you could say, for lack of better terms. I believe one of the younger. So LVMH is run by the Arnault family, and one of the new, I think he's an exec, but Alexandre, he's French, so it's Alexandre. Arnault is like one of the young. He's the son, but he's one of the younger Arnauds. So he's, I believe, one of the execs at Tiffany, and I think people are saying this is why you're seeing a lot of more collabs from the brand. I think I just saw them. They're doing an NFL jersey for the Super Bowl with Mitchell and Ness. So you're seeing a lot more like. They're trying to capture the young crowd, not so much the breakfast at Tiffany's crowd, who's slowly aging out. No offense.
Yes.
So now they're releasing an Air Force One on March 7th. It's $400 USD. It's mostly black. So let's be honest. It's a black Air Force One, black midsole, black outsole. The upper is, I believe it's black suede. So it's a step up in terms of better materials than, let's say, a traditional nubuck. Looks like it has round rope laces. There's a Tiffany script in white on the tongue. And of course, the trademark Tiffany blue green swoosh.
Aqua.
Yeah. And there is a silver bar on the heel tab. It's 925 silver, which, by the way, is not worth $400 US. Nah. But that's on the heel tab. And then the box is nice. It's an all Tiffany blue-green box. The inside is red, and it has the same Tiffany font in the handwriting in the script that you can find on the tongue. It's also on the inside of the box. Like I said earlier, most people know this is the first official collab with Tiffany and Nike. People are automatically initially comparing it to the unofficial Nike collab, which was 2005's Tiffany Dunk SB by Diamond Supply Co. So yeah, it's interesting. And overall, I don't know. It's not, I think they could have done better. And I'll leave it at that because I know you guys all have thoughts on the shoe.
Sounds like you're trying to save some affiliation there. No pun intended with the affiliation. But I think these are pretty poo-poo to me, to be honest.
Facts.
I get the whole reasoning behind why they did it. I think that the partnership makes a lot of sense. Two really strong brands. The marketing was fantastic. I really love the ads. The accessories that are also going to be available alongside the shoes are very cool. They did a toothbrush, which is really cool. I don't remember. I think it said something about the tongue. Don't forget the tongue or something, which is like a great little slogan. They did a whistle. They have Dubrays. So and those are all like sterling silver, like actual silver accessories. Very cool. The best part. The box is very cool. Again, everything except for the actual shoe is fantastically done. I just don't understand why they thought, and I don't know if this is coming back to like Phil said, they're trying to keep one foot in the door with their aging demographic, their older demographic, maybe I should say, with the simple black, almost dressy looking black Air Force One. But it's just a no for me. Like, I say all this fully intending on probably trying to buy a pair just because it's a cool collaboration and seeing how they are in person, because a $400 Air Force One has to have something going for it in hand. But again, like we saw the sample, quote unquote, family and friends, whatever pair start to surface today, which arguably is worse in my opinion.
Yeah.
They look like a South Beach Air Force One.
Yeah.
You put some pink laces on it, and it looks like it belongs in a Foot Locker. But yeah, I don't know. It's no for me. I think they overthought it, which is crazy because it's a triple black Air Force One with a Tiffany swoosh, but it looks like they thought too much when they could have just done like very simple color blocking, because you can't even call what it is color blocking. There's just two colors. And it could have been an easy hit. And they think they went for something that was like off the beaten path, and it did not hit. I haven't seen I don't think a single person say a nice thing about it. Like usually when there's like a collab like this, someone will find something nice to say just based on the hype. And I'm fully admitting that I don't like it, and I will possibly try to buy them just to see.
Fair.
I haven't even seen anybody say like, "What are you talking about? These are great. I need them." Like no one has said that.
No,
which is telling.
And even the other day when LeBron wore them to the game, and he had that 1-of-1 Tiffany Nike varsity jacket and the Tiffany I think the Patek Philippe watch, but it looked kind of cool like all together, but even still it was like nah.
Yeah, it's a black Air Force One. Like even if they had made it white, I think it just feels like a mess to me. But
$400 US is insane considering
that's crazy, man.
Even though Air Forces are what, $180 Canadian now, which is also insane.
Yep.
Yes,
that's
right?
insane.
Retail. But sorry, even the off-white Air Forces were not that much. They were like 200 or some 220, right?
220 like max, I would say.
Right?
Yeah.
400 US, that equals 420, 450 Canadian ish. Right?
I'm guessing
give or take
560 would be my guess. When I saw 400 Canadian, I was like 565 sounds like what it's going to be Canadian if they even come here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's just a random guess that I pulled out. But Alvin, I really want to just hear you swear. So how do you feel about the shoe?
I mean, I like how Nike's creating shoes to go straight to the outlet. It's great.
There you go.
Also, I feel like
something.
I feel like, it's overpriced so that when they do get to the outlet, they don't price them down too much. So they'll still be like $250 when they get there.
One of those shoes.
Yeah. Like, they're 400 USD, so we can only mark them down to $250 when they're only worth $5.
Yeah.
But like it's such a disappointment, man.
It really is.
When people are going to compare it to the fucking Dunk and you're going to come out with this shit, like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all need to do, and then you're gonna price it at $400, which is not even worth it. The suede isn't that premium. Whatever that fake leather is on the eyelets and shit is not great.
The silver bar on the back.
Wow, you have the silver bar. That's not even worth $5. So
0.1 ounces of silver, baby.
Look, man, like, do better, man. Do fucking better.
Agreed. Joel, Mr.
That's
Air Force One.
Straight basura, trash, garbage, done.
What if they were regular retail?
Oh, these are the sexiest fucking... No, they're still fucking...
A lot easier to justify if it was regular retail.
Maybe.
For a purchase or like an actual wear.
If it was 200 CAD, I probably wouldn't even blink an eye. I doubt I'd ever wear it, but just to have the Tiffany Co. Air Force One with the really cool Tiffany blue box, like, I'd probably still go. And it has silver bar. Like, I'd probably go for it. No brainer. But 500 plus Canadian is tough.
Not happening.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but one kind of cool thing that did come out of this. So obviously the branding that they did and the marketing for it was very cool. As I mentioned, they made those very simple, but like punchy ads on Instagram. And we saw they did a full spread in the New York Times. Pretty cool. It's becoming almost like a meme now. And an interesting person who like posted it, or not who, but what posted it was the official Heineken Instagram account.
Ooh.
So they posted kind of like a play on it, but instead of like the Tiffany box, it was a green Heineken green box with the bottles in it. And they commented they made some sort of caption about whatever. They tagged Tiffany Co. They tagged Nike. There was already rumors circulating that a new Nike Heineken collaboration might be coming this year. This is all unfolding over the course of a couple of days. People are obviously commenting on the Heineken post like, yo, what's good? Like, is something happening?
Yeah.
And Heineken's kind of making like quippy little comments about like, oh, hi Nike or whatever the fuck they said, some stupid pun that was not that good.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, not a good pun. So then on some random, like, you know, those sneaker leaker fucking cop destroyer 22 Instagram, whatever. They posted, 2023 Nike SB Heineken confirmed. Just randomly, obviously, with no grounds to this. And the official Nike SB Instagram account commented on that page and just said, not SB.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So but
They
didn't deny it.
Yeah.
They didn't deny it.
They didn't deny it. Yep.
That would be an insane storyline. I would love that because it's kind of a full circle thing for both the Tiffany Nike thing and then the Heineken Nike thing.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be very cool storytelling if they both happen this year. I think that would be really awesome. Again, there was already rumors that the Heineken Nike thing was going to happen. There was also rumors it was not going to be an SB anyways, which I'm kind of split down the middle on how I feel about that. But yeah, that's a collab. If it's a dunk, even a sportswear dunk, I don't even need to see it. I'm buying it. I don't even cover my eyes. It could be this Tiffany Air Force One, and I'll buy it if it was actually Heineken. Like
Heineken, yeah,
that's a need for me because I've been saying
man.
for years, like I would love to see a reissue that was an official collab. You can check the receipts. It's been the caption in a couple of my posts of my pair of Heinekens. I would love to see an official re-release that was a collab. So that would be fucking cool. Very, very fucking cool.
Yeah.
Bill, you got to wear your Tiffany dunks.
I can't now.
Oh yeah, you got them signed, right?
They're signed now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I could, but I, you know, the funny thing is, I was going to wear them like that summer or sometime very close because I realized at the time it was like I've had them for 13 years, 14 years, didn't wear them yet, and then
Nikki,
you know, I did. You guys asked me to cover an event for you guys.
Yes,
you guys are away.
Yes, we were in Orlando,
Disney.
Oh, that's right,
something like that. And he was there, so I was like, I'll just get them signed and never wear them.
Yeah,
still cool. Yeah,
that's fine.
I mean, if you ever want to buy a new car, you can sell that pair.
There you go.
Oh,
even before they were signed. Yeah,
even before they were signed, you could still buy a good car.
Dunks in 2023 are not cheap. Speaking of dunks in 2023, my pick this week is the Nike Dunk Low, not an SB, Valentine's Day. There's like 700 different Valentine's shoes this year.
There's a lot.
This one's a little bit different. So this one's kind of paying homage to the whole internet thing behind the yellow heart being like the friendship heart. Like when you send a yellow heart to somebody, that's supposed to be like a friendly one instead of like a I love you one. And these are kind of paying homage to that. So maybe it's like a friendly Valentine's Day. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not single. Haven't been for a long time. I don't know what it means. But very simple shoe, triple white, Nike Dunk Low, very clean with just a simple yellow heart that has a swoosh in it on the heel. Very clean, very dope. The leather's like nice and tumbled. Again, like sometimes you don't need to overthink it. If they did this exact shoe and the heel was Tiffany blue, the heart, instead of yellow, and they called this the Tiffany Dunk Low, this would be better than the Air Force One by far. Like not even close, because Tiffany sells little heart pendant, like it's so easy, but whatever.
Oh yeah.
I'll get over it. These are very, very cool. They're not for me. They're a women's exclusive. I could if I wanted to, but I'm good. Very cute, simple shoe. Hopefully it's accessible, and yeah, I like them. I think they're very, very clean. Sometimes you don't need to do too much for it to be dope. Alvin, your pick this week.
I have the rumored returning pair of the AJ3 from the Fear Pack, which in my opinion was the best from that pack. The 5s were cool, 4s were dope too, but the 3s just
interesting.
hit.
That might be a hot take.
That's okay. I always have hot takes anyway. But yeah, these are cool, man. Like I had this pair, loved them, wore them a lot, and then sold them for some reason. So, I mean, seeing them come back in, what is it now? 2023?
Yeah.
Will be pretty cool. Especially since like apparently they're re-releasing the Air Jordan 11 DMPs this year too.
Yes.
which is kind of stupid. Just release
in
the
leather.
pack, I guess. But anyway, yeah, these are cool, man. I mean, if we see them, which I mean, when they show up on blogs and stuff like this, it's usually a real rumor. It's not just gossip and whatnot. So if we see them, I probably can't afford them anyway. But it'd be cool to see them again and to see if they actually keep them the way they originally made them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
They're just like
plug,
a super cute, man.
I do want to plug that news actually was broken by Soul Savvy, that shoe is coming back.
Ooh.
We have the
Plug.
and I can confirm it is not a rumor. It is happening. There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
We had that beat. A man on the inside. Just kidding. No, we don't. Don't come for me. Joel, what is your pick this week?
My pick is the Air Jordan 2 Lucky Green. Such a clean shoe. Not sure if it's like an OG colorway. I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
No, it's not,
I don't
right?
think it is.
No. So it's pretty much like the Jordan 2, like the whole upper, the white, the faux snakeskin, but you got the hits of green, that lucky green, like on the sock liner, the heel counter, and then they hit you with that sail colorway on the midsole as well with the laces to match. Such a clean shoe, man.
Very clean.
Like, I don't know. These are like really super cute. They drop on the 3rd, so it's already dropped by the time you're listening to this. But yeah, man, if I can, I would, but I can't, so I won't. So, but yeah, really nice, really nice. If they show up in the outlets, for sure.
These are very clean.
I'm on them.
Very simple. OG color blocking and switch up the color. Done.
Yeah.
Done deal.
Yeah. For real.
Very, very clean shoe. All right, moving on to This Week in Kicks. This is the part of the show where we discuss the current headlines and happenings in the world of sneakers. And this one's like a big deal for a lot of people, but like kind of doesn't. I feel like it's not getting the shine that I think it kind of should. So it's going to get it on this podcast. New Balance has signed another star. New Balance has been kind of quiet with their signings recently. They obviously went on that big tear after they signed Kawhi. They were like going off and signing everybody, which was a couple years ago. But they're back now, and they just bagged probably the biggest name in baseball, Shohei Ohtani. Shohei has been like completely lighting up the league since his short time started in the league. Since he started in 2018, he won AL Rookie of the Year in 2018. He won the 2021 AL MVP. He was also the first player in MLB history to be an all-star as both a pitcher and a hitter.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And also the first player in MLB history to be named first team all and MLB as a pitcher and a hitter.
Crazy.
And he's been in the league for 4 years. Man is nuts. And he puts up like video game numbers. He's insane to watch. He's incredible. So New Balance has announced that they'll be entering into a multi-year partnership with the generational star, kicking off a collaborative campaign with the release of a special cleated version of the gray New Balance 574, which if anyone hasn't seen it, they look pretty cool actually.
Yeah.
It's the first time they've ever put cleats on the New Balance 574. But yeah, if you look it up online, it's literally like metal cleats just sitting on the bottom of the 574. Yeah, it's very cool looking.
Crazy.
It's a great silhouette for them to choose. Like
it is.
To clean.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it is. I hope they updated the materials on the upper a little bit.
I can't
imagine that a regular
dirty
Foot Locker suede and canvas 574 could hold up in a professional baseball game. But very excited for that. It's a cool partnership. It's kind of like feels very fitting. I don't know why. I'm not even a huge baseball guy or a big New Balance guy, but it just feels like a nice partnership indeed. Next up, previously in Kicks, in this part of the show, I cannot speak. This is the part of the show where we review our latest pickups and recap the latest happenings in our sneaker lives. Let's start again with Phil, because he's not been here for the longest. So any notable pickups in the last couple weeks, maybe something big from the last couple months, anything you can think of?
No.
I feel like that's cap, but continue.
Yeah.
That's cap, bro. That's cap.
Cap.
Nothing this year. I don't think I bought anything this year.
No way.
Actually, Okay, December, I bought a few things, which I'm really happy with. I wasn't planning to. 2022 was a really quiet year, but in December, I got, it's coming back to me now. I bought the LeBron 20s to hoop in.
Nice.
Which are fantastic, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. They're super grippy, very bouncy.
Mm.
They're not heavy, right?
No, they're not. They don't feel heavy to me at all. Like, they remind me a lot of the Kobe 10.
Really?
Played or old the Kobe 10. And in my opinion, it's by far LeBron's best on-court shoe ever.
Wow. Maybe it's a mental thing. Just knowing it's a LeBron and looking at it in my mind, I'm like, it weighs a ton. Maybe it's a mental thing.
Yeah, it's fair. I got those guys towards the end of the year, and then earlier in the month, I got a couple pairs of the Lost and Found Jordan 1.
A couple pairs,
just a couple. And by absolute luck, I was actually, I think, by a pool in Mexico when it happened. But
could be worse.
Nice.
Yeah, could be worse. And I bought Brian's the Legend League Raptors warm up jacket.
Yes.
Nice.
It was on sale, no?
Yeah. It was on sale on his site, like after the fact.
Afterwards,
After.
But Mitchell and Ness, as they almost always do, was running a 40, and that was included on it.
Oh shit!
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but quick gripe that you guys may or may not care about, but they had it priced at $280 USD, which is $280 is the Canadian price. So I figured they might have adjusted that to something
that's weird,
reasonable, but they had it at $280 USD when it's $280 Canadian.
Yeah.
So you basically paid retail.
Yeah. Yeah.
SMH, bro.
They had it on the American site. That's kind of cool.
It is cool. They had that, and then they had the OVO as expected. But it was definitely cool to see the Legends League Brian stuff on the Mitchell and Ness, the main site.
That's very dope. It's very cool. Joel, anything in the last week-ish for you? 2 weeks, I guess, because we didn't record last week for you.
I was able to hit on the what do you call that? The remember how my one pick was the New Balance, the Teddies, the season 2, the tan 990 V1s.
Yes.
I got the V3s.
Sick.
Instead.
Nice.
So I was able to get that, and my other pickup, I'm pretty sure Cuzzo will talk about it because I got the same box. I don't know if you saw that infamous video of the UPS guy.
Oh, the UPS guy?
Yeah.
Chucking the package.
Fucking idiot. But yeah, man.
Wait till that happens. Wait till that happens to your Tiffany's.
Yeah, for real.
Like Tiffany.
Gold bar comes flying off.
That silver bar will go
gonna break
bar,
fly into the snow.
Snowbank,
bro. Yeah, man.
Now the UPS driver might take those. Like, these are the perfect uniform shoe.
For real.
A triple black Air Force One. Rhea. Nice. Official shoe of UPS.
Okay,
Alvin, any pickups for you in the last couple weeks?
Yeah, the UPS guy was nicer to me because he didn't throw my package. But
that's a win.
He gently dropped it from a certain height, and it wasn't that bad.
Nice.
But we got the Puma MBO2 Jade colorway, which is probably one of the 2 best colorways that they've released yet in that shoe.
Nice.
It's either that or the slime colorway for me, just because the slime is
the slime ones are really
nice.
They're clean, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, these ones are cool too, man. Super clean. You already know I love the MBO2. Under Armour came through. I gotta look at the name of the shoe. They hooked us up with the Flow Slip Speed Trainer SYN. So it's like their slip-on sneaker. I tried them out today, actually. I took Max for a walk and picked up Kaya from school and whatnot. And they're not as easy to put on for me because, like, when I was reading the email, it was just like, oh, yeah, just slip them on and then you're good to go. Mm-hmm. For me, I need the
shoehorn. Yeah.
Yeah, because my foot's fat, I guess. But other than that, they're super comfortable. They have same cushioning as the Curry Flow 10s.
Yeah.
Grip wise is very, very similar as well. And then the upper is just simple, so you can literally wear it anywhere and everywhere. So what they said was like you could wear it to the gym, but also afterwards go grocery shopping, pick up your kids, or walk the dog or whatever, and all in the same thing. So it's kind of like their Tom Sachs
Oh yeah.
Nice.
General purpose. There,
General
it's like the general
purpose.
purpose. That's what the
Yeah.
general purpose shoe. So
Hmm.
yeah. So shout out to
Nice.
Under Armour.
Yeah, I got
Nice.
the same package. Obviously, shout out to Under Armour. I was like very intrigued by they said step in. It reminded me of like a fly ease, because you're supposed to be able to do it hands free, and you can wear it stepped on, so it's like a slip on, or you can wear it as like a shoe.
Like a mule.
Yeah, it's like a mule and also a
Ooh.
shoe at the same time. Very interesting concept. Interested to see how it like actually performs. But yeah, the materials seem great. Obviously, it's on a flow midsole, so like it's gonna be comfortable no matter what.
Yeah.
The white pair is leather, which is interesting. And then the black pair I think is like a Durabuck or like a Nubuck. But yeah, the white pair being leather, I'm not sure how that would perform as like a trainer. I don't know how I would want like a leather trainer.
Yeah.
Like
Peace up, yo.
Like I'm in like the 1980s playing tennis kind of situation. Yeah, I'm interested to try them. Again, I know they're going to be comfortable, but I'm definitely very interested to give them a shot and see how the step in performs. Because that's, if it actually works for my foot, that's a great by the door shoe. It will 100% live there as an everyday pair. So yeah, but thank you to Under Armour for those. Of course, very excited to try them out. And then like some semi-personal news for me. It's still sneaker related. I don't know who or how many people saw, but at work, Soul Savvy, the Collect app just launched publicly, officially. So it's been technically in beta for premium members only for the last 10 months. We just dropped it publicly. I helped work on like the campaign to push it live to the public, including like our big campaign with the Collect Days, which I was lucky enough to be able to name, which I stole the name from Bay Days. Don't tell anybody that.
Cease and desist.
Coming real quick. Yeah, I should put a TM at the end too. Yeah. So if anyone hasn't downloaded it, give it a download. It's now free to sign up and make a basic account as a basic user. And we're raffling off the chance to purchase a bunch of shit throughout the month of February for retail. Street Hawkers, Community Gardens. I can't even think of it. There's a ton of shit, like a ton.
Japan Coast, Stussy Air Force One,
Stussy Air Force One. Thank you.
I was already looking, man. I'm sorry. Like
hit him with everything. There's a ton of stuff. Once a week, we'll be posting it up that it's live, and yeah, you can enter for anything in your size. Something we did do, also my idea, was hole punch the size tags on the inside, so you can't resell them on like a traditional resale platform, because it would be considered a B grade if you do that.
Sick.
Yeah, we bought like one of those like single hole punches and went through like 300 pairs of shoes. And hole punched the size tag, because if you send that to StockX, they're going to decline it for verification. So
true.
So take that. All right, moving on to our newest segment, over under. In this segment, Las Vegas gives us a gambling line, and we need to decide if we are personally over or under. This is all new to Phil. All right, this one, the line was a little bit tight, and I feel like it depends on the person, but I'm going to say number of times you clean your shoes per month. Over under 3.5 per month. I'm personally, I think it's a tight line. I feel like it also depends on like which month it is. I think that's a big one. So I'm trying to like average it out of my mind, because if it's like the winter, I probably clean them more. Or the spring, I probably clean them more than I would in the summer. And I'm also calling cleaning, like even just grabbing a Jason Mark quick wipe and like wiping it down, I would consider that cleaning as well. Personally, I think I'm like still just under, but mostly because I don't really fucking go anywhere. And when I do, I just toss on like the ACG mocks that are sitting at my front door, which I don't care to clean. And anytime I do wear something nice, I feel like I'm not doing anything strenuous enough that it requires a cleaning. So I'm probably at like 1 or 2 times a month where I actually need to give it a wipe or like an actual clean after wearing it. So I'm going to take the under here. I think it's a tight line. It's very, Vegas came in with this one. Joel, I know you're more of an avid cleaner. Over or under 3.5 times a month?
Over 3.5. I'm going to take the over.
Over.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's clean.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's just my OCD in me kind of thing. Like the way I am. Like when wearing a shoe and then putting it back in the box kind of thing. It's just my OCD. It's just like the way I hang fucking shirts in my closet. It's got to be like a certain way kind of thing. And it's just, it's just like, just my thing. Like, I don't know.
That's fair. I figured it was going to be an easier answer for you. You were kind of the outlier when Vegas was making the line. Realistically, it was probably a 2.5. And then when they saw that Joel was included, they had to bump it up. They bumped it up. They averaged it up.
3.5. Yeah.
Alvin, the line is 3.5 times per month you clean your shoes. Are you over or under?
Way under. I'm at like a -1.
-1. You're dirtying your shoes on purpose.
I mean, that's what they're meant for, right?
Yeah, man.
I they get dirty, and I'm at the point where it's just like, oh, they still look good.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a predominantly white sneaker, or I have to go somewhere and dress up, and it has then I feel like I do have to clean. But other than that, if I don't have to go anywhere, or if the sneaker still looks good, meh.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, I knew Alvin was going to be
cool,
low.
Man.
Yeah, I knew Alvin was going to be low. Vegas knew Alvin was going to be low. It was going to be 0.5 times, but again, Joel averaged it up.
Shit.
Phil, where are you landing? Over or under 3.5 times per month?
Yeah, I'm definitely under. I think I'm more closer to the Alvin range than the Joel range. I haven't cleaned. I usually do like a group clean, like everything I've worn in the past little while. I'll clean it, but like honestly, the last 3 to 6 months, I've been wearing the Tom Sachs GPS a lot. I've been wearing the Sakai Waffle a lot, and I don't clean those shoes.
Yeah,
not even a wipe. Nothing.
I might have done like maybe like a light spot clean wipe, so maybe like once in the last month or two. But the other stuff that's like actually nice, that's out. Like right now, I have 1 or 2 pairs that are actually nice that I'll clean before I put them away, but I just haven't because I think, like you said, Lawrence, I'm not out that often where I'm wearing those shoes.
Yeah.
So
I think this is just us saying we're old. We're no fun anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe in the summer. The summer, the line maybe goes up because you're going out more nice places. Who knows? Tune in next week for Vegas's new line. Next up, NSR, not sneaker related. We talk about sneakers a lot. So in this weekly segment, we're going to take 30 seconds out of the show to discuss something completely irrelevant from the world of sneakers. And back on the ice cream train for a second here. This is like a 2.5 part question. The first part of it is, how do you eat an ice cream cone, or ice cream in a cone, maybe specifically? Do you bite it or lick it? Because I didn't even realize there was like a debate here.
Really?
But apparently the internet says that it's, and maybe we can extend this to freezies and popsicles too.
We're talking about the cone.
The cone itself.
Not the cone itself, the whole thing.
Oh, the ice cream.
Top, like the top part.
Oh, I was like,
the actual ice cream.
The ice cream
when
in
it's in
a cone. Yeah. Not obviously the cone part you need to bite. That's
because I was like, who the fuck is licking the ice cream cone, bro?
Yeah, I'm licking the cone until it dissolves.
The ice cream in a cone. Not the cone itself. The cone is self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? You could actually lick the old school cone, that yellowish
paper one,
cone, the one that
the OG
that will cut the roof of your mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can lick that one down till
that'll soften.
Yeah, until you get soft. Yeah.
If you're looking,
it'll still take a while, bro.
Yeah, if you're looking at sugar cone, you're a
waffle cone.
You're weird.
Yeah, no, it's gonna take 3 days.
Yeah, you're gonna be there for a long time. Unless you've got some sort of really venomous saliva that's gonna anyways,
dissolve it. Yeah,
and then we're gonna extend this kind of to like popsicles too, because I think that was really telling how you eat a popsicle. But I just think we're gonna start with ice cream cone and popsicle at the same time. Second part of the question is it ever too cold to eat ice cream or a popsicle? And this is depends on, I don't know, some people hate the cold. Like some people won't have soup in the summer, they won't have ice cream in the winter, so whatever. For me, I'm a sensitive teethed individual, so obviously first and foremost licking it, and that also extends to freezies, popsicles, everything. I'm the guy who eats like popsicles with like his lips, like I won't actually bite it. I have to you basically just grab it with your lips and then break it. And then you let it sit in your mouth until it melts. Like that's kind of where I live my life. And it's uncomfortable.
Like a toothless dog almost, if you will.
Literally that, like a 90-year-old canine trying to eat. Yeah.
Gummies.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. The gums are, So, and you just push it with your tongue against the roof of your mouth until it ultimately
melts.
Yeah. And then it's just juice.
Yeah,
not a big popsicle guy, and you can tell. But
popsicles.
Yes, that's the first part. Definitely all for the lick, no biting.
Yeah.
And it's obviously never too cold. It's never too cold for ice cream or popsicle. I'll go outside
Today's
right
episode of True to Size After Dark.
There you go. All lick, no bite.
No bite.
No teeth, baby.
Never.
No teeth, all slurp.
Oh, God. Moving on back to the very lighthearted discussion about treats.
The non-sexual discussion about ice cream.
Sweet treats. Joel, how do you eat ice cream and popsicles by extension?
All right. So with ice cream, with the ice cream on the cone, like we're saying, it's you lick.
Okay.
And then you twirl.
Okay.
You spin the cone.
Turn into a shank.
Yes, I'm saying you gotta rotate it.
Got it.
Rotate and lick, yo.
But then do you bite ever?
Never until you get to the cone.
Okay.
And then with the cone,
the base.
It's you bite and then you twirl again. You rotate again.
You just take off the cone, no? Take off the cone pieces.
Yeah, the cone piece.
And then when the ice cream pops up again.
Yeah.
Got it. See, I'm actually the opposite. Now that we're talking, I have to because I want to bite the cone, I need to lick down further the ice cream instead of the opposite, the way you're describing, biting the cone down. I can't risk my teeth touching the ice cream or I will pass away, simply die.
Yeah.
So I
too high risk.
The opposite. Yeah, it's a deadly
risky.
game.
Yeah.
Risque.
Yeah.
Facts.
What about a popsicle, Joel? Are you biting it or?
Yeah, I'm biting it. Whew. I'm biting
crazy.
that. I'll bite a bit, and then I'll just chomp on it, chomp.
Oh God,
just chomp on it. Yeah.
That's giving me. That's giving me hives just thinking about that.
It's all season. All season.
You're an all season guy.
Yeah, don't matter. Winter, spring, summer, fall.
Love that. Do love that. All right, Alvin. I know the answer, and it's stressing me out just waiting for it. But tell me.
Yikes!
Tell me.
Here we go.
For what?
For all of this.
So we're talking ice cream first? Okay.
Yeah.
Cream.
For ice cream, if it's in the summertime and I'm outside because the ice cream kind of melts, I do kind of like a lick and a slurp, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
No.
Damn.
So you'll lick it when you get to the top, and then you'll slurp.
You slurp it.
Because you kind of gather the melted ice cream with your tongue, and then you slurp it in your mouth at the end.
This is getting uncomfortably sexual.
I'm so regretting this.
Clean your mind, bro. I'll show you guys next time.
Where did he go? I don't even.
What do you guys think about the?
Don't say I'll show you guys. No.
Do you guys like sneakers?
Yeah, and then
The podcast has changed a lot, Philly.
Yeah.
New for 2023, the sexual component of the podcast.
Hey man, everyone's into it. But and then popsicles, I'm a biter.
I know you are. I hate it.
Because I like to chew on ice as well, so I just treat it like ice.
Oh.
God. I'm getting cold thinking about that. Biting ice. I'd rather someone pull my teeth out with pliers.
Crunchy.
Yeah. All right,
You
Phil.
guys ever bite ice cream though?
No.
Bite ice cream?
Never.
No.
Not bite it, but
never.
just take a piece out. With
Well, I guess it depends if it's like the rock hard kind of ice cream. Not like if
but
it's
then you would just lick it.
Still a lick.
Yeah. No, sometimes.
Then what do you do with ice cream sandwiches then?
Those are tough. Those are hard for me.
Bite it.
Yeah, you bite that, no? Yeah, you bite that.
Yeah.
I know I do.
Lawrence just licks in the middle, yo.
I treat it more like a popsicle. I treat it more like a popsicle.
Lawrence is gnawing those things down with his gums.
Yeah.
The only way he gets through them.
Give me 45 minutes and I'll get through that ice cream.
He gets the angles. He gets the angles.
And it's the mini one too.
Yeah, not even a real cookie on the outside.
It's so soft.
Yeah. Ice cream sandwiches are hard for me. They're tough. Those are
all right. Say less, bro. I'm not gonna buy them anymore.
Thanks.
No more.
Brings me back to a scary time of my life. All right, Phil. Please split the difference. Man. Please split the difference here. How are you eating ice cream and popsicles?
Yeah, because I'm like you, Lawrence. I have a little sensitivity when it comes to cold, or I used to. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I still do because I brush with Sensodyne.
Sensodyne?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Ad over here.
That's
so
it.
not ad. not an ad, but if you'd like to sponsor the podcast, Sensodyne,
Yes.
send us
Sensodyne.
toothpaste, but
Or
also
eBay.
send us money.
Yeah.
That's an option. But yeah, no, I use that, so it works, and I typically, again, like I have like PTSD almost from like getting those chills from drinking cold drinks or like biting something very cold. Like, so I just by instinct don't do it, regardless if it'll affect me anymore or not. So yeah, I kind of do like not the lick, but not the bite, because the bite is instant. You're diving right in.
You can't.
No bite. You gotta do the lick or like the kind of the gnawing thing that Lawrence, the lippy thing that Lawrence was describing. Yeah. And then obviously bite the comb, but I don't think that was the question. And all year ice cream, except the only time I'll turn down ice cream, like obviously I said earlier, I bought the tub of Kawartha Dairy like a week ago.
Yeah.
No, if I'm outside and like my body's like literally frigid, then I might not go for an ice cream cone. But in any other situation where my body's at least reasonably temperatured, then yeah, I'm down.
I can respect that.
Yeah,
I can respect that.
I'm really glad that you're on my side there, because I felt like I was going to be outweighed a lot. Yeah.
Why are you guys biting into ice cream? It's soft. It's not
bro. It's the lick and the slurp. It's not a bite. It's a lick and a slurp.
Oh, true.
If I thought we could get away with it, that's what I would entitle the episode. But I just don't think that's going to fly.
Lick and a slurp.
Lick and a slurp.
It's fine.
I just don't think
just do the sound effects. Like spell the sound out.
TSHHHHH.
Oh boy.
Anyways, that has been NSR, now Sensodyne related. So our main discussion topic this week, we're gonna, again, we talk about this every couple months and it's always enjoyable. This one seems like the biggest one of them all. This is like the one. This is the lawsuit to end all lawsuits. But we're gonna talk about the other one first, because I don't even know if anyone really heard about this one. And this one's kind of like
10 of them right now.
There are 10 of them. There's 2 that really catch my eye.
Yeah.
There's the one obvious one. There's the elephant in the room. Sorry, the ape in the room. And there's also the other one where I was like, really? And that one's Lululemon. So Nike is also suing Lululemon for their design on their runners, which, by the way, just released last year. They've only been out for like less than 12 months, I want to say. And they're suing them for the pattern on the knit on the upper of the shoe, claiming it looks like the Flyknit patent that they have. That one kind of struck me because I feel like at some point there's only so many knit patterns you can put, and at some point someone's gonna copy somebody.
We invented knitting.
Like Nike, just like, that's a little wild to me.
Is that yarn you're using? Excuse me?
Excuse me?
That better be synthetic. It better not be. It's pretty crazy. And it's also kind of crazy because Nike typically goes for the smaller fish. They don't typically go for anybody who can bite back, per se. They'll go for the John Geiger and the Warren Lotus and the people who would just be like, all right.
I forgot about that guy for a second. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The people who will be like, well, we had a good run. I don't think Lululemon is going to be like, well, guess we're not mass producing this shoe we spend millions of dollars on anymore. I'm sure there will be some sort of legal contest there. But again, before we get into the big one, how is everyone feeling about this Lululemon situation? Because the thing is, this is probably their closest actual competitor in all of these lawsuits they've ever done. Like, this is another sportswear brand, performance brand. Like, this is direct competitor in the market and now in sneakers. How are we feeling about Nike suing Lululemon? Because that's a good one. That'll be exciting. I wish I was a fly on the wall in that courtroom. How are we feeling about
that? It's interesting. Like, I think, first of all, like, you might have guessed by the way I introed the podcast, like, I'm for creators, to be honest. And if you own something, I don't care if you're a nobody creator that's drawing your first picture or illustration, or if you're like $1 billion company, like, if you own the IP, the intellectual property, like, it's yours. And I believe that. So if anyone copies it, I'm kind of siding with the owners of the IP. So with that being said, I'm not surprised that they're suing Lulu, I think, and everyone else, but I think there's a hypersensitivity that you touched on with Lulu because they're such a direct, viable competitor, especially when you look at women's sportswear.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's always been a thing for them. Like, I mean, Adidas, Under Armour, whoever does their thing, sure, they're not close to Nike per se in terms of sales or popularity, but you think like activewear, Lulu has really carved out. I don't know where they rank, but I bet you if you took that segment of like women's activewear, I bet you Lulu's not breathing down there. I bet you they're higher than a lot of other bigger brands, and they're probably a bigger competitor. And that's the vibe I get from people like Nike people, like fans of and employees at, like, is that Lululemon, especially in the women's activewear, is a thing. And I think this is more of a, like you said, Lawrence, it's a big company with a lot of money. I'm talking about Lulu as well. So it's not like, oh, we're going to shut you down like we would shut down like the guy whose name I won't say, making those terrible dunks, or like all the knockoff Jordan 1s, which are all horrendous and terrible. But I think it's more of a like, we want to kind of like stifle your growth and make you guys waste a lot of money and resources because we win the money game. Nobody, like, there's no one that's going to go to war with Nike and like, hypothetically, no one's going to go to war with Nike and court and win. No one has the money like that, right? They just drag it out and just, I mean, that's what I think it is. I don't think they're trying to, I don't know, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And it's like, they're hypersensitive. Anything Nike, anything Lulu does, anything Addy does, you know, I think it's a little bit more heightened than it was like some random Joe Schmo wherever else, which they still might sue, but I think it's a little less of a priority than if it's like Addy or Lulu.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that, I'm kind of shocked that Lulu even produced that shoe if there was a chance they were going to get sued. You got to imagine they have a pretty deep legal department who was looking into this kind of shit. And again, it's a little bit of a reach when you look at them. Like, I was looking at the court documents and you look at the arrows that are pointing at the perforations or whatever. And I'm like squinting to be like, what is this pointing at?
They always get you with the arrows, man.
Yeah. I'm like, am I looking in the right place here? Like, is the arrow misplaced or something? So I definitely see the obscurity, but I'm just kind of shocked that like their legal department was like, yeah, go for it. Like, or did they not even think of it, which would be even worse, obviously. But yeah, it's kind of, I'm interested to see how it turns out.
I think it's the most trivial because, like, if you look at the other ones, like the dunk guy and all a million Jordan 1 guys, I think that's a very obvious, like, you're designing, I'm doing quotation marks with my hand, air quotes for anyone listening that can't see us. Like, if you're designing or you're, you know, putting your twist or your whatever on someone else's design, I think that's very obvious. Whereas like the knit thing, it wasn't like you said, it's not very like blatant as what exactly is being copied here, or like how do you determine ownership of a knit? You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes though, because you know
that could be a huge precedent if Nike ends up winning, because at that point, they basically just own sneakers. Like, hey, you can't make any sneakers. We own that. Like,
is Nike gonna sue my grandma for sewing me some booties? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where do we draw the line here?
Surprised they didn't already. Seen those knit booties. They're
right.
They're good.
They look like Flyknits.
Right? don't say that.
No,
they're nothing. They're nothing like.
Now they're on. Now they're on to Lola.
Completely exclusive of any other patent pending design.
Another thing that I'm glad you kind of mentioned that, Phil. Like, as ridiculous as it might sound, that again Nike is suing Lululemon for a design in a knit pattern. They did patent it, which means the legal system was like, yes, that is something that you can own, this pattern kind of thing.
Fair. Yeah.
And like, if it was the reverse, like, I know this is playing devil's advocate and everyone loves to like root for the little guy, whatever. If this was the opposite way and there's some designer on Instagram and Nike makes X shoe that looks like something that person has designed, the internet just lights ablaze. Like people go in, oh, Nike is stealing colorways and designs and this from people and blah blah blah. This custom dude made this in 2001 and posted it on Reddit, and now Nike made it. They got to pay him. Blah blah. Always the first thing the internet says. People go nuts. It's their favorite thing to do. But then Nike turns around for patents that they own on sneakers that they designed and made, and sues people who are copying it, and the internet's like, oh, Nike's petty, the creators can't create, blah blah blah. Like, you got to kind of pick a side here. Like, I know that it's a little different when it's comparing the biggest sportswear company in the world to Joe Schmo in his basement Nike Dunk guy, but you got to pick which side you're on, and then be kind of consistent to it, right? Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
And I don't know if I understand that side, and right or wrong, I think more wrong than right, but they're aware that there's humans at Nike designing these shoes, right?
Also that. Yeah.
Like, it's the Nike stocks or the CEOs are not designing the shoes. The corporation is not designing them. They're actual artistic directors, art directors, designers, whatever you want to call them. And they often bounce around. So it's not just, they're not Nike. They weren't born in Nike. They work at Addy. They go to Under Armour. They work independently. So it's like this. I was thinking about this all day, actually. Well, not all day. I was thinking about it a little bit earlier.
Go for a walk.
Right? I was thinking about this earlier. If I go to, again, I'm going to stop name dropping at some point. If I go to Mercedes and buy a Benz.
I'll take that one. And you can say Mercedes here.
Right?
Yeah.
If I go to Mercedes-Benz of Canada and I buy a Benz and I change the rims, I give it a new paint job, I design something on, I paint something on the body of the car, I change the tints, I change the material of the interiors, completely change it, take off the Mercedes logo and put my logo on it. Is it still a Mercedes, or is it my own thing now? It's still a Mercedes to me. What do you guys think? Like, is this not the same thing? Like, can I drive around and say, this is not a Mercedes, I designed it?
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where my mind's going with it too. But I mean, it's a very nuanced thing. So people will say, oh no, the color, but I'm like, I don't know, man. You bought a Nike Jordan 1 and you painted it and it looks dope in some cases. But you bought someone else's design, knowing that someone else designed it, knowing that someone else owned it, and now you're claiming victim, which maybe you are, but I don't get it.
Yeah, it's the way that people react when this kind of stuff happens. It always just has, like, people are just always shocked. Like, no way, Warren Lotus. No, they were so different. It was a Heineken with a what's his face mask as the swoosh.
He put a skull on it. It's not a swoosh, it's a skull with a line.
What do you mean? It doesn't even look like a Heineken dunk except for everything. Like, it's just insanity to me that, like, people are shocked and up in arms and like, oh, people can't do anything anymore. Like, no, first of all, you could never do that.
There was never a point in time where you could steal people's designs and then get mad about it.
Yeah, and claiming that it's 2023 and the world is too soft. Yeah, it's just no, it's intellectual property theft. But anyways, the big one, as we mentioned at the top, Nike is also suing BAPE, which is like the big one. Do any of you guys own BAPE? I don't.
No.
You do, Phil?
Yeah, I have a green pair from literally, I want to say 05 or 08 in that ballpark. Yeah.
Damn. So yeah, the first BAPE that came out, I had to double check, in the year 2000. It's now 2023. Had to check my watch on that one. And Nike is suing BAPE for the BAPE and the Jordan 1 looking one as well. I don't know what they call that.
Are they letting them rock with the Roadster?
Is that the
like an Air Max looking one?
I feel like all the stars look like a Nike shoe. Don't they have a Converse looking one too? Like
cease and desistas.
Yeah.
Cease and desistas.
So yeah, that's obviously the big one. And the swirling question is obviously, why did it take 23 literal full years to do this? It's kind of strange. Like, what are your guys' thoughts on the BAPE one? Like, the BAPE one always just felt different for some people. For me, it felt different in the sense that, like, so established that it's just like whatever. It's just there. It's the first knockoff kind of thing for me. So I didn't really care. I was never into it. I don't own any BAPE. I never bought any of them. Like I don't care for that. To me, it was always just a fancy fake, which now Nike is saying it is
the fanciest of fakes.
Yeah, the fancy fake, the OG fancy fake. But what are your guys' thoughts on it? I know, so I didn't want to cut you off, Alvin.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's been, like you said, 2000, bro. It's been there 23 years. What changed all of a sudden? Like, did you all of a sudden just realize that 23 years later, oh my God, it's a fucking Air Force?
They were like, they woke up one day and they were like, oh my God.
Wait a second. Hold on here,
if
guys.
you change that star into a swoosh, it looks like an Air Force. Oh my God, they've been stealing from us. It's been 23 fucking years. How many colorways have they fucking released? How many different materials have they released? Like, I feel like now it's just like, where the fuck was this 23 years ago?
Yeah.
Did you not hire anybody? Did you not have a legal team 23 years ago who was smart enough to be like, yo, they're stealing our shit? Like, it just, right now for BAPE, it makes sense. It totally makes sense, but also it doesn't. Because, like, 23 fucking years, what the fuck were you waiting for? Did you wait for them to cut you a check? Because they were using your silhouette?
Hate it had to happen in the Jordan year. Terrible.
Fucking stupid, bro. Like,
the idea of Nike just finding out that it looks like an Air Force today is hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's what happened though. Like their lawyer probably just their lawyer from 2000s probably just retired. And
just retired, yeah.
They hired a new one and they're like, "Hey, do you guys I knew about BAPEs 23 years ago. Did you guys want to go after them now? Cuz I feel like they look like Air Forces."
Yeah. Get them.
Like, oh my God.
Like he's like, "Yeah, let's go." Gee, golly, Batman.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just
it
does at this point it doesn't make sense.
I agree because that was the first thing. Like I think Alvin, like a lot of like I had the same thought of as you, and I think a lot of people shared it. Was like, why did it take you guys so long to now sue them? One thing I read, I didn't really research it too much, but one thing I read is that they're coming after. Not only is it like a cease and desist, stop this, we're suing you, da da da. It's also they're seeking damages, but they want monetary compensation. I think I'm paraphrasing, like monetary compensation based on the revenue.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh, that's why you guys waited. Maybe Nike was like, oh, wait, it's catching steam. Another thing that came to mind is so funny because Nike signed or did partnerships with so many people that used to wear BAPEs. Those like Pharrell, Kanye, everyone. Like, it's so funny. But anyways, maybe they're like, oh, these guys are taking off. It's like 2003, 4, 5. They're like, oh, these guys are making a lot of money. Hold off on that lawsuit. Wait till they get huge and whatever.
Maybe, yeah.
I think they're kind of past due at this point, BAPE, no offense, but Migo left and whatever. But maybe they're just like, let's wait it out, wait till they get super huge, and we're just gonna crush them because we're gonna take revenue earned as well. And we don't want to do that when they're an $8 million company. We want to do that when they're a $70 million company.
Yeah.
Facts. That would be, I think I read something very similar where it was like last year they released, I think like 10 to 12 different BAPEstas, just like the big ones. They did like the Marvel pack and they did like a Jound. They just did another Jound. So
another Jound, yeah.
They saw them like releasing a ton and they're like, all right, now's the time. Like, let's simmer down there, folks.
The
like,
time is now.
Yeah, you're getting a little too cocky with how many releases you're having of that. So we're gonna take that. Thank you very much. But yeah, that would be very interesting if they took some of the revenue because that was the main question people had. They're like 23 years.
Yeah.
It almost felt like they were like, and I feel like there was like rumors going around too for those 23 years. Everyone's like, why are BAPEstas okay? Because everyone was like shit at the same time. People are like shitting on Warren Lotus and like John Geiger and whoever else for doing this stuff. And BAPE is just like, like here's another BAPE stuff.
That was the default. That was the default argument too. It was like, well, BAPE's been doing it for so long.
That was always the clapback. And I always heard people say like, oh, Nike tried and they failed and we just never heard about it and blah, 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 blah. There was a myriad of different things and rumors that were going around. It's honestly like, let's go. Like, this is the one. Like, this is, this is really, I think it's cool as a, like, a law nerd and like as a two like a sneaker nerd to like just want to see like Nike sue BAPE for BAPE-STA after 23 years. Like, make a fucking doc about this. Like, I need the 6-part Netflix documentary about this. Like, it better come out right after the verdict, like the second it's done.
Yeah.
And I'm also wondering if they're even going to be able to do it. Because again, it's been going for so long. There's a lot of different things in the law where it's like, if you're doing something for a really long time, even if you're not supposed to be doing it, at some point it just becomes okay. Like there's a bunch of stuff with that in like real estate law, where like
a statute of limitations kind of thing.
That, and also, like you can't sue someone for something they sold 23 years ago. Just sounds insane. But like in real estate law, like if you build a house and then some guy moves in next door, but when your house was built, the fence was like 3 feet too long. So it was actually on his property. Then 25 years later, they come to you because they sold the house and a new guy lives there. And he's like, yo, I just checked my fucking thingy. You're actually in my lot. Like I'm supposed to have 3 more feet and you've been in it. He's like, the law actually says if you're in it for a certain amount of time, it's yours now.
Wow.
The same thing, like if some guy walks across your property every day, like maybe you have like a ravine lot and some guy walks his dog across the back every single day, you never say anything, and he can prove he did that every day for 25 years, he can do that for the rest of his life. He's just allowed. Like it's the law. What? It's like now, he's just allowed to walk.
That's
there.
Crazy.
There's a bunch of shit like that.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna go drop a pair of shoes off in my neighbor's condo. Just leave it there.
25 years.
Yeah.
My Tiffany Air Force Ones over and
like, what are you talking about? This is my closet, bro. Look at
I've had my shoes here for forever. I thought this was my closet.
Yeah. Don't touch them, by the way.
Yeah. You pretend you never saw them. 2.5 decades. But both of these are actually incredibly interesting. Safe to say these are probably the 2 big ones. All the other ones have been with, again, like Joe Schmo, whoever, doesn't really matter. They kind of just fade away and fold because they don't have the money to fight Nike. But these are 2 companies that BAPE definitely not as rich as Lulu or Nike by any stretch, but BAPE can definitely bite back. They have a pretty good case, I think, and it'll be interesting. Anybody who bought those most recent Jowns, those might be a very important sneaker now. It might be the last BAPE-STA ever.
Facts.
In January. So that'd be a very cool one to go out on. But very excited to see how that goes going down the line. That's all I had on Lululemon and BAPE and ice cream and cleaning your sneakers 3.5 times a month. So we're going to wrap it up there. I have to go to Dairy Queen now. Wherever you guys are taking this episode, please leave a comment, review, follow, and or subscribe. Make sure to check out CanadaGotSold.ca to shop the latest merch, peep the YouTube for our videos, and check out CGS Talk on Facebook to chop it up with us. Don't forget to use hashtag CanadaGotSold on Instagram for a feature. I have been Lawrence Hopkins, and you can find me at LDoggyStyles on Instagram. Woof.
I'm Joel Hernandez. You can find me at Joe Dooney, JO_D3OsNEY.
My name is Alvin Quincy, and you can find me at MisterQ and then Mart.
Big Philly, where can I find you?
You can find me online at Soul Purpose, SOLE Purpose, and very topical. Soul Purpose is actually a trademark that I own now. So don't get sued.
Okay.
Damn.
Don't get sued out there, fam.
How did this come up at the end of the episode as we're on the outro?
Just wanted to sneak that in there in case you have a weird Instagram page that's using the name and selling
Thank you for listening to us talk about sneakers. Please remember to rock your kicks. This has been True Desires. We have been CGS and Soul Purpose TM, and we are out. Peace. Yeah, I remember sending because I was getting ads from that page for
Soul Purpose or something like that.
So _TO.
A resale spot?
Yeah, it just they just popped up the last couple, which is fine. Like it's not fine, but I might do the BAPE thing and wait till they make lots of money and then sue them out.
There you go.
Now they're Solee Purpose, bro. SOLEE Purpose.
Yeah, they changed it. Yeah,
they changed it.
Solee Purpose.
No, never mind. That's a different one.
That's another one.
Then we're gonna sue them too, baby. Let's go.
But yeah, my mom used to work in a law firm. She's not a lawyer. She was like admin stuff, but she used to work a law firm like a long time, and she still has like people there. So she put me in connection with some people who do like trademark law and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they walk me through the process and stuff. It took like a year and a half, 2 years to get approved.
Oh wow.
And it does cost like a couple $100, a few $100.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got it approved. And like when you do the so the word soul space purpose, like in Canada, like I own it. Like
that's wild.
When you do the trademark for it, like you get to pick like what do you want this to cover? Like leather hats, kimonos.
Wow.
Oh,
like
crazy.
like
everything.
DJ services, like
Damn.
advertising, copywriting. Like I literally put almost everything. Like you cannot make anything with it. It's amazing. It's
so
amazing.
petty.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Just for funsies.
And like I literally just did it not just to have it because I've been running with the name for 20 years, but kind of just like I'm not as active in like parties or like anything sole purposey in general. I'm kind of just working and doing my thing. But I just did it just to have it because like I had it for so long and it's like
that's fine.
Why not?
That's it, man. Yeah.
Why not? Right?
Watch out, soulpurpose.to on Instagram.
Oh.
Is that what it is now?
Yeah,
.to,
soulpurpose.to is the first one I saw.
Yo, there's a Soul Purpose XO, and it's just a girl showing her feet. So
nope.
if she's
Can't do that
Canadian
anymore.
and she's making money on OnlyFans, bro, wait till she makes millions and then sue her.
Man,
Yeah.
they make a lot of money, man.
Yeah, they do.
They do, millions a week, bro.
It's called a secondary income stream, passive income is what they call it. I believe.
Passive,
Yeah, passive for sure.
That's it.
When we were having the ice cream discussion and you were like, this is not an ad, I was like, this guy's about to talk about a Wendy's Frosty sneaker.
No way, man. I should have.